Hello, everyone. Nick and Uber here. We have visual, we've got audio. Let's see. We are not, no, not muted at all. It's kind of weird not to get the feedback, the sounds from people. All right, so let's get started.
All right, first, for your participation in this virtual retreat. The turnout has been absolutely incredible. The engagements have been, positive and uplifting. And we thank you all for taking the time out to do this type of work. It takes a lot of bravery, it takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of openness to allow oneself to venture down this path in life. Some people may, just starting, some people are well along their way, but together we are on the same journey. So we thank you all majorly for all of your participation, truly.
Yes, absolutely. We all pretty much know what's right and what's wrong, what to do, what we need to do. A lot of this information maybe is not new to you, and it's definitely all out there. What we're doing here is this coming together to actually put things into action. So I thank you all for carving out this time, for making it a priority out of your busy day to attend to yourself. We see it as very important work. Usually life is so loud, its demands are so loud. And so this inner work usually takes a backseat. So very grateful for everybody who is here. Today, we're going to be meditating on gratitude. We're planning to do 2 different meditations just to give you an idea of the spectrum. A lot of people think meditation, you're sitting in the lotus pose and, all of them but meditation takes so many forms. To me, meditation, anytime you focus on something, and the more your focus is channeled directly to that one thing, the deeper you are in that meditation. So for some people, painting, their artwork can be their meditation. Maybe some of you have experienced meditation while gardening. For me, I remember even as a child, just holding the hose and watching the water come out, and you just kind of, for a moment, just lose track of time, and you're taken elsewhere out of this realm. So for some people, it can be that. Some people, believe it or not, the meditation is from that routine drive, to work or back from work, where you zone out. So meditation can be those things that you can do for seconds, for minutes. And meditation on the other spectrum could be where you can have connections with your higher self, with your guides, where you can have out-of-body experiences, where you can receive answers to the questions that you're looking for, that you can't find outside of yourself. So they can be really profound and they can go on for hours. So today we'll be sampling 2 different meditations. And the focus is on gratitude. Listening to Dr. Soumya on the first day, she mentioned gratitude. Second day, Limor came and had this wonderful presentation for us. And again, gratitude was mentioned. And so gratitude is very important when it comes to bettering life. Let's see here. So we've got here a nice quote by Jack Canfield. Gratitude is the single most important ingredient to living a successful and fulfilled life. Do you want to add anything to that?
No, I think that honestly speaks for itself.
Yeah.
It does.
So gratitude, everything is vibration, everything has energy. So gratitude is a quick channel to get you in a higher vibration. And that's important in order to create things from a higher perspective. So for example, if you are creating from a low vibration, a vibration, let's say, of fear, of sadness, of concern, then the thoughts that you make create the decisions that you make and the actions that you take, and you're creating from that point. So gratitude is at a very high vibration. So when you put yourself in a state of gratitude, then your thoughts are being emitted from a higher vibration, and thoughts lead to action, and then action is creation. So it is very important to practice gratitude. And you see that just like with everything else, the more you practice it, the better you get at it. And all of a sudden, how you felt about gratitude today, if you keep at it, in a week, in a month, in a year, gratitude will start taking shape, different kind of shape and meaning for you in your life. And you will see how it will open doors. And again, it's just like the quickest way to raise your vibration and start creating from that higher vibration. So you've heard this question before, what are you grateful for? And if you can go ahead and take a moment to think about it and type in the chat, either on Zoom or on Facebook as we're streaming live here, what are you grateful for? Type in as many things as you can think of, top of your mind. Okay, so we hear a lot, I'm grateful for my eyesight. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for our safety. I'm grateful that my fridge is full of food. I'm grateful that I have a reliable car, that I have a job. So there are lots of things that you can think of that you're grateful for. So this first meditation is going to take us a little bit deeper, and here's why. So our mind, 10% conscious, 90% subconscious. So right now, when you thought about, what you're grateful for, this came from the 10% of the mind, the conscious part, thinking, the analytic brain. Now, subconsciously, there are, how we can call them, like programs that are running in the background. And there, somewhere in there, could be blocks to feeling gratitude. And those can stem from events that happened in your past. Let's say, especially the first 7 years of life, introduce these different patterns. Again, the best way I can explain it is like programs are embedded and they're running in the background and you don't notice them. So while logically you can say, yes, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, subconsciously, there's something else that could be going on. And sometimes you can check with this. If you can recall, for example, when you woke up this morning, as you came to, what were the first things you were thinking about? And if you can't think to this morning, you can do this test tomorrow. Just notice your thoughts. What comes in first? Is it gratitude, or is it, oh my goodness, I need to get up and do this, and don't forget this, and don't forget to pay this bill, which is, of course, not gratitude. So we're going to identify, we're going to make sure that we clear some of these blocks to gratitude before we move on to the second meditation, which Nick is going to lead us through. Okay, so how are we going to unblock these blocks, remove those programs, or at least shake them up so they start loosening up with the work that you do today and hopefully continue doing. So we're going to tap. We're going to be tapping on meridian points. And some of you are familiar with meridian points, but this is nothing new. This comes from ancient medicine. We have energy pathways, channels, if you will, in the body. And to me, I have a little picture here of the subway map. That's kind of what it reminds me of. So you can start one place on the subway and ride that line. And it's the same tube but it gets you to all these different points in the city. And it's the same with the meridian points. So for example, today we'll be on one of the points we're going to be tapping on is the side of the eye. And it's connected to so many other things in the body. So this is just, our bodies are so amazing how they operate as a living system. You know, you're getting your life force energy coming into this meat suit, this third dimensional physical body. And so how do you integrate this life force with this being, this physical being? Partly through the chakras and our different bodies. I guess we can get into that in different sessions. But part of the process is through the meridian points. And as massage therapists, we've seen this again and again, where emotions are stored, I don't want to say trapped in the body, they're stored in the body. For example, you were 4 years old, you were on a swing, you fell off and started to cry. And your father comes, up to you and says, suck it up, don't cry out loud, people around. And you do suck it up. So where does this energy of that emotion go? You kind of ball it up and tuck it away. And as a massage therapist, would be working with a client, first session, second session, everything's fine. Let's say fourth session, where we're just doing the regular routine, and all of a sudden these emotions come up. This person starts crying, and maybe they might not even know why. Either later in the session, or they'll come back later and say, you know what, I know why I was crying. And they'll recall that memory. And that was the releasing of that energy. So we're going to be more deliberate here by tapping on these meridian points. Let's see. Okay, so let's meditate. So to meditate, you're going to have to set your intention for that. So if there's any noise, any distractions around you, try to tune them out. Move to a different room if you can. Put in your headphones if you want. Or just tune them out. It's mind over matter. Get comfortable. Loosen your belt if you need to. Take your shoes off if you have to. If you're sitting, you have both feet on the floor. It's very important to keep your spine straight. Just think of it as having the energy run smoothly through you. All right. So we're going to start with taking a few breaths in. Okay, you can close your eyes for a moment just to kind of connect. So take a few deep breaths in. And kind of bring your awareness to your breath. How it enters your body and how it leaves your body. And again, if there's anything around you that you notice now that you're focusing on your breath, you notice that your chair is uncomfortable, something's uncomfortable, this is a good time to kind of wiggle around and get really comfortable. Okay, again, straight spine. Focus on your breath. And we're going to tap on specific meridian points to release tension. And we're going to release subconscious emotional blocks from our system. This is our intention. So by doing this tapping meditation, you are sending a calming signal to the amygdala in the brain, letting it know it's safe to relax. You have set this time aside to do this work. And breathe. So in this tapping meditation, we will address and clear any resistance we may have to gratitude, so we can shift to positive affirmations to help you tune in and feel grateful. And as your mind begins to relax, notice any resistance you have to gratitude. So again, I'll give you these moments of silence so you can do the work. Notice any resistance you have to gratitude. You may find this resistance in your thoughts. You may find it in your feelings. You may also be able to find this resistance in your body. So if you want, you can imagine yourself doing a body scan. And this is helpful if your eyes are closed. And just like a scanner, that bar of light that scans across the page, with your awareness, scan your body from your toes, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, all the way up to your hips, abdomen, the diaphragm, your lungs, your throat area, up into your head, all the way up and back down again. And you can do this as many times as you need to kind of feel where that block to gratitude could be sitting in. Has stress or worry gotten in the way of allowing you to take time for gratitude? So this might bring up images of your day-to-day life. Perhaps you might not call them stressors, but things that kind of grab your attention away from feeling gratitude for everything that is going right in your life. Now, once you notice that, I want you to think of what that resistance feels to you and rate it. Rate the intensity of it between 0 and 10. 0, that you don't detect any resistance to gratitude. It flows in and out of you so easily. And 10 being, what gratitude? What is there to be grateful for? I've got so much. So anywhere from 0 to 10. And I'd like you to, if you have a paper and pencil handy, write it down. Better yet, if you want to add it in the chat. Where do you think you are right now with your resistance to gratitude? I'll give you a moment to type that out in the chat. Whatever number comes up first, don't second guess it. When you're ready, take a gentle breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, take that deep breath in. And if you're in a place where you can make sound, let that breath out. Let it out with a sigh. Let it go. Do that a couple of times. Let it go. Give it permission to go. Now, if you can all see me clearly, of course, open your eyes for this, and I will guide you through the different tapping points. So first, we're going to tap on the side of the hand, and it's right here that they call the karate chop. So you're going to gently just tap here. Either hand is fine. Okay? And repeat after me, either in your mind or out loud. Even though I've been busy. So repeat that. Even though I've been busy. And I haven't spent time appreciating all of my blessings. I choose to slow down and feel grateful now. Even though sometimes I focus on all the things I don't have. I now choose to relax. And I begin to acknowledge all that I do have. Even though I sometimes get caught up in what is not going right. I choose to take time to recognize all that is going right. It's okay if you don't get all the words correctly. What is important here is that you are present with these words, you feel them, because we're trying to bring up these emotions. So now we're going to go onto the eyebrow point. So it's either right here on this point or right here on this point. You can do one side, you can do two sides, both sides at the same time. Sometimes I do this. Okay, but whatever's comfortable, and very gently. Eyebrow point. Life gets busy. Inside of the eye. It's easy to get distracted. And sometimes I focus on what I don't have yet. So again, you can repeat those after me, either in your mind or out loud. Under the nose. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be amazing. The next point is the collarbone. And if you feel your collarbone right here, there's a little bump, and right underneath them, there's like a divot. It goes in a little bit. It's almost like your fingers will find that point. So if you want, you can use all your fingers to tap here. And this way you'll get the point for sure. And again, you can do one side or the other, or both. So on the collarbone, there is so much to be grateful for. And the next spot is under the arm. So if this is the armpit, it's almost one hand under it, kind of at the bra line for the women. So right there, repeat after me. I relax and I open up to this feeling of gratitude. And now we're going to go to the top of the head, right here, and you can use your 4 fingers. The more I practice gratitude, so say it, the more I practice gratitude, the more I have to be grateful for. Now back to the eyebrow point. I'm just tapping gently, and I will guide you through the points. And you don't need to say anything at this point. Just tap and be present to your own thoughts. Tune into your heart. Feel it beating and keeping you alive. And let yourself feel grateful for your heart. Say thank you. Send it that love of gratitude you have. And again, you don't have to repeat anything at this point. Just do the tapping and tune into the words. And tune into your whole body, because it does so much for you, even when you ignore it. Even when things aren't going perfectly, your body is doing its best. Honor your body for being the home to your incredible soul. And tapping under the nose, right now, and right here. There is so much to be grateful for. Feel it. Notice how this gratitude feels in your body. Under the mouth. I want you to think about someone in your life who you're grateful for. I want you to get specific. Think of something that they've said to you recently or did, which made you feel grateful. Whether it was a kind word or a gesture. And notice specifically what you are grateful for when you think about this person. And breathe in, let it go. Now on the collarbone, notice your body flooding with love and gratitude. You are so loved. And you have so much love to give. Notice how this love and gratitude feels in your body. How it relaxes your shoulders. How it relaxes your jaw. Let go. Notice how it allows you to breathe deeper. Under the arm. Think about the specifics of what you feel grateful for. And notice all the things that cross your mind as you let yourself relax into the space of gratitude. There is so much to be grateful for. Allowing yourself the time to pause and notice. And you will discover more and more things to be grateful for. Now we're going to tap top of your head. And I want you to simply say thank you in your mind. Just repeat it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this blessing. Thank you that there is so much to be grateful for. Or maybe there's someone you need to say thank you to. And consider for a moment if that someone is you. Express your gratitude to yourself. How strong you are. And express your gratitude to those around you. In your mind, in your heart, this is all energy. It reaches out all around you. And as you feel this gratitude in every cell of your body, you can stop tapping and take a nice deep breath in and let it go. And do it again. Breathe like you mean it. Take that deep breath in and let it all go. And I want you to notice how your body feels. Just sit with that for a moment. Tune back and notice. Is there any remaining resistance to gratitude? So if you don't feel any resistance, then your number would be 0. So I want you to now kind of sit with yourself and rate again the intensity with a new number on a scale from 0 to 10. Write that number down. If you wrote it on a paper, write it next to that first number you wrote. Write it down in the chat. And while you do that, I want to congratulate you. Well done. You took a powerful step today to live from this space of gratitude by noticing everything that you're grateful for and focusing on the details and the specifics of why you feel grateful. And you can create more well-being for yourself, for everyone you come across. And so I ask you not to keep this gratitude for yourself. You can share it with friends, with family. Let them know how grateful you are. And as you allow yourself to recognize your blessings, so let's see, I'm totally in this. I am not looking at the chat. Nick, is there any feedback? Do we have any numbers? Okay, so we're reporting at 1 and 2 now, which is awesome. Again, I usually like the Zoom meetings because there are these conversations that can go back and forth. I wish I could ask you the difference that you feel when you first started this meeting today, your vibration, where it was and where it is now, because you did this. We did this together. So, Nick, whenever you're ready, we are ready for you. Let's see. So I'm going to just double check here and see. I think we can go ahead and just taking a break from that first meditation, transitioning into the next. Should we go ahead and mention who's the winner? Okay, so let me see if I can share my screen here with you again. Hang on. Okay, and the winner, share screen, here we go. Right there. Saraswati, congratulations. You won from yesterday's meeting and you have won a customized meal plan. So lucky you. That is awesome. All right, so I'm gonna slip out, but I won't be too far. And Nick will take over and will guide us through the next meditation.
That was excellent. That was excellent. I'm honored and privileged to be around that every day, you know, just to be washed every day in knowledge like that she's always sharing with me. My gratitude and my practice of meditation has deepened with the knowledge that she shares with me, things that she learns and practices and comes back and shares, helps me grow in many, many ways. For you all who don't know, my name is Nick, and Herbal and I, we're Introspective Odyssey, and this is the type of stuff that we do, the ways that we work, helping people, assisting, guide people through life, you know, through their lives and through daily things, you know, helping with empowerment. My biggest thing is working with the breath. And the breath is a very powerful tool for me because it's something that's always with you. It's been with you since day one. And if you are here today, it has yet to leave you. You know, what a great and faithful friend you have in the breath. I'm sorry, I got distracted for a moment. But the breath has been with you since day one. So I use this as a programming device for all of us. So, and to go into a little bit of science, if you will. So we have two systems. We have the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. Now, the parasympathetic nervous system is where rest and digest. It is the only time that you as a human begin any type of healing. This is where healing starts, is in the parasympathetic system. So a lot of us in that sympathetic nervous system, that's your fight, flight, and there's a third option, which is freeze. But most of the time, it's either hightail it out of there or fight for your life. And that's the sympathetic nervous system. So we have these two nervous systems, and they're like the brake and the gas when it comes to, I guess you could almost say, the human experience. So the sympathetic nervous system, that's the gas, you know, and a lot of us in this day and age, I've noticed that we are all gas. We are through life because we may feel as if that's necessary for where we are. And so we have a lot of what I call false fears, fake fears. And I'll explain what I mean by that. So let's say you're outside, going for a walk around the neighborhood, minding your business, and a bear comes out of nowhere. Huge grizzly bear comes out of nowhere. Now that's real fear. That's absolutely 110% real fear. Your body is going to start to produce hormones that are going to give you the ability to feel what we call adrenaline. That heart's going to start pounding, the eyes will shrinken, you know, I mean, will actually widen because you have to open up your field of vision. And you're going to be able to take in so many things, sensory things. That's sympathetic, you know, and we live in what I call the false fears. Now, a false fear would be you woke up at 8 o'clock and you have to be at work by, I don't know, 7:30. Oh no, you're late and you got to sit in traffic. That's another 20 minutes. And we're not even talking about you getting ready. That may be 30 minutes, but that's a false fear. And what I mean by that is that your body doesn't know the difference between seeing that bear and waking up late. It's going to produce the same hormones. Now, the drawback is there's no expression. That's what is needed when engaging the sympathetic nervous system, is the expression. Are you going to fight? Are you going to run? What are you going to do? So we have this false fear of waking up late. The body's going to produce the same chemicals, the same hormones as seeing the bear, but what happens to it? Where does it go? Where does that energy that the body produced, where does it? Nowhere. But it has to stay somewhere in the body. It goes somewhere and it stays here. This is can easily be stress. And I don't know if you all know that when stress is stored in the body, it doesn't look that well. It can turn out as sickness. You know, if you have in the lower abdomen, if there's a little bit of fat down there that just doesn't seem, can't go away, most of the time that's fat that comes from stress. What else to say? Sickness, hair falling out, you know, fingernails getting brittle, things of this nature is how that energy is expressing itself. This is the only way I have to come out, and I had to come out some way. So we have the parasympathetic, which is the brakes, and then the sympathetic, which is the gas. So I would want, my goal is for all my clients to brake more, get into that parasympathetic nervous system more. Now, this is where the healing happens, is in this system. And a good way to always tap into that system is with gratitude. There is no way, I don't think there is any way that you can be grateful for something and also mad or panicky or frantic. I don't think that these two can coexist in the same arena. One has to take precedent over the other. And most of the time the gratitude does, because it feels good. It doesn't feel good to panic. It doesn't feel good to be frightened, but it feels good to feel good. It feels good to be joyful. It feels good to be peaceful. Those only happen in the parasympathetic nervous system. That's where you get those feelings to come from. So I say all that to say I use breath to help my clients move into, and also myself as well, move into that parasympathetic nervous system. Let's pump the brakes for a moment and let's get out of the rat race just for a brief moment. And in that moment, the body is able to reverse for however long you're able to stay in the parasympathetic nervous system. That's how much time that now the body has to, like, all right, break time. Let's recoup, let's rebuild, let's reassess, let's get it back together. So let's spend more time in that parasympathetic than that sympathetic nervous system. Breath is my tool. And I say to myself and to my clients a lot, everything that you want in life, anything you can imagine, anything you can feel. I mean, when you think about the life you want to live, it literally is right beneath your nose, right here in the breath. Every time you breathe, that's your chance to bring that vision to reality. That's what the breath is giving you every single time. Here's another chance. Here's another moment. Here's another opportunity. What are you going to do with it? Don't let it go without doing something with it. Transform it into the life that you want to see, the life that you want to feel. Gratitude is an easy way to make that happen. So with that breath, feel the gratitude in the breath. Literally, as you take a breath in through the nose, feel it as gratitude, like that's gratitude coming into my body. That's the thankfulness coming into my body. That's the joy, the peace, and the love, the tranquility coming into my body every single time. And when we send it back out, guess what we've done? We've transformed it. We've transformed it. Now we're speaking about energy, if you will. We've transformed what we took in and we sent it back out with that feeling of hope, if you will, that feeling of peace, of love, of joy. And that's all we want to do. My goal for everybody, every single person, is for you to perform at your highest, at your peak, all times, at all times, because that's how powerful you are in this universal construct. If you dip, then I dip, and we all dip. And I wouldn't want that to happen. So I want you to be able to perform at your maximum, because when you're at your max, you allow me to be at my max. You allow them to be at their max. Everything, you are the power piece in some social structure. You're the centerpiece. And even if it's just you, you're your centerpiece. For families, you know, moms, dads, you're the centerpiece. For those who have businesses, or as the supervisor or the boss, you're the centerpiece. If you dip, we all dip, you know? And so we always want to try our best to stay high, because I also like to look at situations like opportunity, like people, if you will. Like a situation wants to be connected with, just like a person seeks connections, situations seek connections as well. There is a situation with you where you have no worries, no doubts, no fears. Everything is taken care of, but it can't connect with you quite yet because, you know, there's a disconnect. And that may be, is like, man, I really want to connect with, I'm gonna use myself as an example. Man, I really want to connect with Nick, but I mean, his gratitude isn't there. And that's what I really need. You know, that's what I really need to be able to make this thing happen. You know, it's almost like a deal. You're making a deal with the life that you want to live. It's like, and it's saying, I need these things, and these things are essential. And if you fall short on one of those things, then the deal can't happen. But most of the time, the peace that is required, that's all it's asking you to do, is be peaceful. The joy, just be joyful, just be thankful, just be grateful. Yes, okay, I'm sorry. Just be thankful. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I do that often. I'm sorry if something happens, don't let a bird fly by or a shadow move and my attention goes right to there. I apologize. But it doesn't, these situations want to be met. And that's most of the time is all it takes to meet these situations, is rising to the occasion and meeting them. So right now, So I'm going to take a break from running my mouth for a moment about all that stuff. And we can get into the meditation that I would like to present to you all. So you can have your eyes open, you can have your eyes closed, it doesn't matter, it's fine. But with every breath, all right, we're going to take a breath in, and at the top of the breath, we're going to say what we want to increase, okay? And at the bottom of the breath, we're going to say what we want to decrease. So it looks something like this. Joy, frustration. So we are just using descriptive words to say what we want to increase and what we want to decrease. So again, it can look something like peace, misunderstandings. I just want to decrease that, increase this. So you all take some time and just walk yourself through that. And it doesn't matter if you begin to repeat some of the words. It's absolutely fine, you know? So we'll let that go for maybe about a minute or so. Just let you all feel that. Take some deep breaths in at the top, say what you want to increase. At the bottom, say what you want to decrease. That was a powerful minute. That was a powerful minute. That was 1 minute. So if you all can do us a favor, and also everyone else in the chat, I can't see Facebook, but if you all can maybe write what you wanted to increase and then put a slash and then write what you wanted to decrease. And I do that I ask of that just to show how connected we are. And the things that I want you to write are anything that kept repeating. Those words that kept repeating, the adjectives that repeated themselves more than once, share those. So, and I do that for connection, vulnerability, you know, being able to open oneself up to be able to connect. So that's why I ask that you all do that. Just allow that space to show everyone like, man, we're all kind of facing and going through and struggling and trying to overcome the same obstacles. We're not that different in any way, shape, or form. You know, we're all trying to engage that parasympathetic more. We're all trying to disengage that sympathetic more. We're all trying to let go of some type of stress in our life. Just let it all go, you know. And with the, you know, so breathing, of course, we're slowing things down. We're allowing ourselves to pierce reality for a moment, slow things down around us. It's like hacking into the matrix, if you will, being able to decode the infrastructure and being able to implement now what you want to see. With that breath is your power. That is your stability. You know, like I said, it's been with you since day one and it's still here with you today. That's a powerful ally. Make sure you use it. Make sure you benefit from it being in your life. You know, so the next meditation is extremely simple. All you're going to do is take a breath in through the nose. And I believe you all did just a moment of this with Ruba. You're going to go in through the nose and out through the mouth and just let go with a sigh. So it's, and just feel your chest kind of cave in and your shoulders kind of drop. You know, just that's you letting it go. Let it go. You know, that's all we're trying to do. Like you can feel like the pressures of life sometime when you go, ugh, and it just feels so good to just strip it off of. It's like taking off a heavy backpack, you know? So I'll give you all maybe 30 seconds of doing that because it's a little deeper. We can do 30 seconds of just breathing in through the nose and just letting it go with a sigh. So let yourself be heard. Say, you know, hear yourself sigh. Let it happen. So we'll do 30 seconds of that. Another powerful 30 seconds. Powerful 30 seconds. You just reclaimed and claimed so much in life in that moment. You just did something very powerful. You allowed your body to do something that maybe it hasn't done in a while. Relax, be easy, heal, process, come back stronger. You know, so these are just small little tools with the breath. The breath is, I tell myself and my clients, the breath is the totem. It's the totem that you carry around because you need to be reminded. You need to be mindful of, hold on, I have some power, and guess where it is? Right there, I just claimed my power back. You know, it's that simple. Somebody cut you off in traffic. Have a good day. Somebody says something that you think may be, you know, disrespectful. Love you too. You claim back your power. These situations won't take pieces of you that you struggle to get back. Not when you take that breath and reclaim, repower, recharge. We thank you all. We thank you all. I'm going to ask Ruba to come into the frame. All right. And yes, we thank you all for participation. I wasn't able to see the comments and all that stuff, but I know you all have been, I've seen it in the past. You all have been extremely active in the chat. It's amazing. Keep going. Keep going. You know, I think in January we're doing another one.
January is the 21 day, an hour a day that we meet, doing different things and establishing that habit, bringing the stuff that you know you want to do, making it your own, making it a habit, making it part of your life for good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is all a part of solidification. Also understanding that this is daily. You will never, ever, ever get to a point where you no longer need these tools, because the thing is, and this is human nature, so it's absolutely natural in the sense of life is going to start getting good. Life is going to start getting good. And now you're going to start to stress out about different things. You're going to start to stress out about, man, I got so much money. What am I going to do with it now? My prosperity is flowing everywhere. What am I going to do with all this prosperity? So now you have to, like, you know, let me calm down and center in and figure out how I'm going to make this new business deal. How am I going to make this new venture in my life work? Things are going to change. So this is a practice that's ongoing. As you get better, life will now be able to present you with more things, but that's also going to require a higher version of you. I cannot give you something that you're not ready for. Another thing I want to leave you all with is, I was in meditation, I want to say 2 days ago, and a nice little message came through. And it was, show me where you have given gratitude, and I will show you where you will receive gratitude. And that was a nice little, you know, piece that I got in that meditation. So show the universe, show the cosmic energies where you can be thankful. Show it where you can be grateful. And it will show you this is how you get it. That is how you get it. Where you give it is where you get it. Better believe it. So again, we thank you all. Hey, I can see the chat now. Hey, this is some good stuff. I thank you all. Yeah, thank you all.
Some positive comments here. I'm again, don't want to downplay this. I really thank you. We really thank you for being here. We know there's so many things that call to you that seem more important than this. And I know we've heard meditation is the key, meditation and all that stuff. And it's like, how is sitting and doing nothing gonna help better my life? How is my bills? And how is it gonna cure my cancer? How is it's not the meditation itself, but where the meditation takes you, where you take the meditation. And we can sit and explain it for the next 2 hours of you know what meditation can do for you. But unless you take that journey, you will never know. It cannot be explained. And that's why you see many people who start meditating and take it deeper to where it becomes part of their life. That becomes their habit, that becomes their religion, that becomes what they need to do. And if they, for some reason, don't get to do it, they're off, because that is the connection. And for those of you, for example, who do take prayer religiously, you know how it feels when you're away from God, because then you're away from self. And life starts to mean different things and to be perceived differently. For example, if you feel more connected to the universal energy, to God, to Creator of all that is, when you are vibrating at that level of unconditional universal love, the world doesn't have to change. You still have the same amount in the bank. The issues that you had 2 seconds ago are still all around you, but today you feel good. And the only thing that changed is your vibration, your connection, whether it comes through painting, through praying, through meditating. It's all the same. You have to find your way to connect to your higher self, to connect to your guidance, you connect more fully to your life force, whatever you call it. You're just in a better spot when you're there, and that doesn't come with the TV on and politics on and the news on and you running around. You have to put importance, what is important to you, and the one key that helps you navigate. The world can stay the same day after day, you change, and then things change for you. So again, thank you so much for joining us, for starting on this journey. Please keep going on this journey. I don't know, we do this for ourselves, but we also do this for the rest of humanity. And we implore you, thank you for doing this for yourself, because you elevate humanity as you do it. And as you see, the world needs it. The world needs each and every one of you. So thank you very much. That's it for today.
Any contact, feel free. This is where you can find us always and forever. We thank you. We thank you so much. You all take this day, the rest of the day, be powerful, be amazing, be authentic, and be vulnerable, be real. Thank you all.
Love you all.
Thank you.
Okay.